Here's what's crazy about this. 2 weeks before that, maybe it was a week before it was a very short period of time before, he went on CNBC when it was starting to look like maybe the market was getting toppy. And someone asks him, like, Warren, what would you do if the market starts falling? And he laughs and he says, I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sell. 2 weeks later, he sold all of his airline stocks when this virus hit. Now, you can say that was actually not a mistake, even though the majority of them have regained almost all of their value. You can say that was not a mistake because the possibility of a complete catastrophic wipeout, particularly in airlines with COVID, was there. So you could say like, that was actually the right thing to do. But even Buffett in this situation, when the world's starting falling apart, he panicked. Even for him, I'm saying it's much easier said than done. But I think for everyone, and Buffett is human, that when you get to a situation like this, it's so easy to respond to risk in ways that you never thought you would. And I'll tell you my personal story from this. My
Please.
wife and I were, for a long time, the plan was we were going to sell our house in Virginia in April of 2020. Well before COVID, that was the plan. Now, in March of 2020, I woke up one morning at 2 a.m. and I went, holy shit, there might not be a market to sell our house in April. The market just might not exist. All the banks might go bankrupt. The world just might not exist. And if that's the case, it's going to make our move to Seattle, where we live now, much trickier. So I called up our real estate agent and I said, hey, I know the plan is to sell the house in April, but I want to put the house on the market today. I want to put the house on the market right now. And he said, Morgan, don't panic. And I interrupted him and I said, oh, I am panicked. You are looking panic in the face right now. This is panic. I am totally panicked. And I am someone who does this stuff for a living and write about not panicking for a living. Like, I really didn't. It didn't feel like a panic, but it's so easy when the world is going well and everything is all butterflies and rainbows to imagine to yourself and to answer the hypothetical question, how would you feel if the market fell 30%? And when the world is going well, you answer that question by imagining a world in which everything is the same except stock prices are 30% lower. And in that world, you're like, oh, that would be great. That would be an opportunity. But that's not what happens in the real world. In the real world, the market falls 30% because there's a terrorist attack that no one saw coming, or Wall Street is about to collapse, or there's a virus that might kill you and your family. And in that context, you think completely differently. And that's why people's ability to say, I will be greedy when others are fearful, is so much greater than most people's ability to actually do it. That's true for me. It's true for you. I think it's true for Buffett as well.